Namaste, beloved. Very, very nice to see you all. I welcome all of you who are in this Zoom room, and also all of you who are joining via live stream. I am having this feeling that we are connected in our heart, in our being right now, and the sharings and the exploration of truth that will take place now will be together, in this togetherness of those who are in person, Zoom, and also in the live stream. Together, this togetherness will result into some sharings and explorations and guidings. So very, very welcome. Thank you for joining this meeting. Let us make best use of it. You are welcome if you want to talk to me and explore some truth. Yeah, Mila.
Namaste, Guruji. It is so beautiful that you give us this chance to connect to you through the beginning. And I was feeling that this is very beautiful, and as per my understanding, I feel that this is not only physical level connection. It feels like we are connecting in so many levels, and each one has a unique beauty, if I could say like this. I don't know if it's true or not, but maybe you can share something on this topic.
How? This connecting part is really very amazingly beautiful, but also not easy to be understood. No? Because we all are living as the body, no? Generally. And living as the body, we can never succeed. We are the being, no? Living as the body, we can never succeed in really becoming the body because our nature is different. No? But as a result, what happens when we are able to, when we are living as the body, or living as the body basically means the effort of trying to live as the body. No? That effort of trying to live as the body, done by the being that we are, results in a sense of being someone or something which we are not. No? So this is how we stop living our true nature. No? How difficult it should be to live our true nature, no? Because our self is our true nature, no? Who we are is what is our self, no? So how difficult it should be ideally to live our true nature? It should not be, no? But it is so difficult. Whenever we sit in meditation also, guiding and all here also, no? It looks so difficult. Why it is difficult? Because we are continuously trying to live as the body or trying to live as that entity which looks like closest possible or most suitable way to live as the body. No? So that middle thing between the being and the body is called the false self. No? So, because of living in this way, we also have accordingly our understanding towards connecting to each other also in that way. Our outlook also comes out of our out of what we think about who we are, no? What we know about who we are, no? Also. But otherwise, if that is not there when we are coming home to ourselves, when we have started living in the purity of our own being more, then our eyes start opening up also towards a small thing like connecting to each other, no? So what we can call the dream is something very mysterious in which we live and wake up from. You know, from the dream from which we wake up is not somewhere out there in the things that we are experiencing, no? But there, it is in the experiencer, no? Being projected onto everything that we are experiencing or perceiving, seeing, no? Related to connecting also. So this is something very powerful possible in satsang, that if we can be in the same satsang right now. No? When I say we can be, I mean it is a possibility and mostly not fully achieved, attained in the moment. No? What happens is that we remain busy. No? We remain busy uh, in living as that false self, and we remain busy in looking at everything also, understanding everything also as the false self only. No? That's why the fundamental um, approach towards freedom from suffering or sense of limitation in the being is not to understand so much, but to somehow slip out of that sense of who we think or feel we are, but we are not certain. No? Into the purity of our own being, where we become clear and certain about who or what we are. No? So this is all that came. I hope that it was in line with what you were saying. Please say anything else.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So the important part here, Mila, I want to share, I'm sharing with all of you right now, is that the important part is that it is your responsibility up to some degree. In one sense, you have to make effort to make this meeting yours in a way. You know, like you should put effort in making this meeting yours, meaning getting maximum out of it, and also asking or exploring and discussing when something is not clear. No? It is already very good to be in satsang and listen. It is good, but let us make it better now. No? So if we can keep an eye on if I'm getting maximum from this meeting, no. What is being shared is one thing, what we are getting out of it is another, no. So our focus should be what we are getting out of it, not what is being shared, no. And for that somehow it is important to sit more stably in ourselves right now, you know, so that we can sense more clearly the struggle if we have, the confusion if we have, like, yeah. Thank you.
Namaste ji. Ji, what I want to ask you, already you started that direction. I was just explore with you like what is the movement? You always say be still and don't move. So uh, so we start with body, like we keep our body still, then we start holding the breath like calm and making the breath calm, then that's make body more still. Then we go more inside and then we see the feelings and thoughts and all movement. So I want to explore a little more with you. So what is the really stillness and movement that the more clear to get more benefit of what is the stillness?
Uh, it is a very potent exploration, and I invite all of you to join it. Together we do it. But before that, I want to clarify that I don't say to anyone that make your body still, like forever. During the time of meditation, for example, dhyan, just sitting meditation, that time move your body as little as possible. So this is just makes sense. But I do not say that change your breath, make it calm. I don't say that. Okay. So just making it clear that this is not really what I'm teaching anybody. Now we can come to the topic. Okay. So what we are exploring is what is stillness and what is movement. No, in general, as a whole, my body sensations, breath, feelings, thoughts, everything and anything that moves. What is that? And in relation, in contrast, what is stillness? No, yes, that's what you are saying. Yes. Uh, this whole exploration is not really to do PhD within ourselves. No, the purpose of it also we have to set very clearly. The purpose of it is to become clear about who we are. Like on which side we are. We are on the side of stillness or we are on the side of movement. Am I something which moves or am I something which is still? No? So without bringing this purpose, this exploration may not result, may not produce that fundamental result which we are trying to achieve. Okay. So let us start very simply. Once again, reminding all of you that you are very welcome to join this exploration. We will do three things in this, okay? In this exploration, there will be three things, three levels of three steps or three phases of this exploration. First level will be where we will correct our understanding through listening. I will share, you will listen and try to understand. Second part, we will try to live the truth of what was shared before. Truth of stillness and movement. And third is realization of who we are. No? Yes? So first phase is just understanding, whether intellectually or deeper than intellectual, but understanding. So I try to understand what I'm sharing right now. Anything that we are able to notice, no, anything that is moving inside us, any movement when we are able to notice. Is it not true that we can notice it only when we are also there in that same space or dimension within ourselves where the movement is happening? Is it not true? So it means we are also there. When we are noticing something, let's say we are noticing body sensation, it means that we are at this level also. In some way we are present. When we are able to notice a thought, it means we are at that level also. That we are able to notice a thought. We are able to notice some feeling. It is a movement or not? That means we are there at the level of feeling also. So it is clear that we are also present where the movement is present or movement is happening. Yes. Just allow this to be understood by you. Don't force yourself to understand so much. No? That yes, it is true. And are you not that who is present at that level of body, thought, or feeling, who is noticing it? Are you not that? Again, understanding only at the mind level. We have not gone deeper than that yet. Okay? Is it not true? Meaning, what I mean by understand, what I am sharing is that let counter thoughts or counter understandings come and be resolved within this, what I am sharing. So, is there any way to deny this truth in you? All the thoughts and feelings and all the understandings together, can they deny this simple truth? Let them try to deny right now in your mind. And let them fail. Because they are bound to fail, no? So don't force this like a belief in you. Just receive it as understanding. And let the understanding be corrected in you. In your own way. So is it not true that you are that who is present at the level of body, at the level of thought, at the level of feeling, or any other deeper level where any movement is happening? Is it not true? Yes, it is true. Let me remind all of you, beloved, that it is a walking together also. Guiding always is a walking together, no? So we are here right now. Stay here only. Try not to jump ahead. Try not to lag behind. Yes? So it is true that I have, like, even if you are not clear, but you can sense that I have to be where I am. Where I have to be that who is knowing, no? So this is what is, in one sense, you can say Atma Vichar. What we are doing right now, this is Atma Vichar in some sense. Like I have to be this one, who is aware of body sensation, meaning movement, thought, meaning movement, feeling, meaning movement, is another thing that we can explore also in this inquiry right now, in this Atma Vichar, that how do we know that there is a body sensation inside us? Because something moves inside us. Yes? So the movement and experience is same thing. No? Meaning, if something moves, then only we are able to notice. If something does not move, we cannot notice it. No? Meaning we can maybe notice. We can notice sometime when we are very, very still. That time we can notice things which is not moving also. We will come to that part little later, okay? But generally speaking, we may not notice what moves inside us. But as a thumb rule, if it does not move, it cannot be noticed. No? So when we say, there is a body sensation, it means something moved inside us. Yes? When we say, hey, there is a thought, it means something moved inside us. Yeah? And in the same way, a feeling, a emotion or anything. Yes? So this was the understanding part, mind level. No? Atma Vichar or Vichar. No? So up to this point we are clear? Yes. Now let us actually get into these same things which we tried to understand. Now live these same things or similar things which we tried to understand only. No? By trying to understand, we tried to resolve the conflicting thoughts within our mind, so that our mind becomes a more unified field. No? And it gives way for us to drop out of it into our being rather than keeping us engaged. No? So now let us live the truth of it, truth of the same thing. Where to begin? Because we are exploring movement and stillness. No? Where to begin? Actually, there is no particular direction where we need to begin. We can begin from exactly where we are. We can begin with what exactly we are experiencing right now. Meaning we can use what we are experiencing to explore and know what is movement and what is stillness. Okay? So, are you noticing any movement inside you right now? Yes? Which could be a sensation, any sensation like any like blood flowing, as simple as this in the body. No? If you are feeling any sensation in your body, then you are you not that who is noticing it? Yes. Now live with the truth that I am this who is noticing this movement. Anything that is being noticed by us is a movement. So this is the first thing let us embrace right now, because it is true. At the mind level, we have resolved this already, that anything that can be experienced or perceived has to be a movement only. That which does not mean, that which does not move cannot be perceived. No? Meaning not the way generally we perceive everything. So it means that anything noticed by us inside us, anything now doesn't matter what, everything is one category, what is noticed by us. Another category is who is noticing it. You. No? So I think by now we have experientially become clear or becoming clear what is movement. Yes? So continue becoming clear about what is movement. Do not try to stop the movement right now, unless if it is absolutely necessary. No? Movement of any energy inside. No? Do not try to stop that energy flow right now, unless if it is necessary. No? So this is movement. Things are moving inside. Yes? And who we are, who is noticing, who is perceiving it. No? Experience yourself right now. Sense and feel yourself right now in relation to movement, in relation to what is moving, with the clear understanding of the mind also present here that yes, I am not that which is moving. Obviously, I am the knower of it. I am the experiencer and perceiver of it. No, I am the experiencer, perceiver of it. No, so I am perceiving it. Be clear about yourself right now. So all the movements which are happening already by themselves within ourselves are allowed to be the way they are flowing. Because we are using them as a mirror to know also what is stillness. We are also looking at them to know what is movement. So we are looking at the movement to understand or know deeply what is movement. And also we are using it as a mirror to reflect back onto who we are. We are the perceiver of the movement. So now, this you who is the perceiver of the movement, are you moving? Check this right now. And obviously you cannot be located in the physical body realm, no, physical body level of consciousness. You cannot be present at the mind level or thought level of consciousness. You cannot be present at the feeling or state level of consciousness also. No? Meaning you are present maybe, but you are not made of this level of consciousness. You are not made of the consciousness, which is composing, which is uh, living as the physical body or the thought or the feelings or states. No, you are not made of this material. You are something else, isn't it? Because if you were the same thing, you would not be able to notice it. So your nature is different than the nature of the body, thought, and feeling. Now we are exploring. Let us live. What is my nature? Meaning, is my nature movement, or is my nature not movement? Meaning stillness. Not the stillness where we are trying to become still, but stillness where I am naturally still. I am naturally not moving. Still in this case, just for now, is that I am not moving naturally. Without effort, I am not moving. Do not try to freeze yourself. Do not try to freeze anything which is moving inside you also. Allow things to be moved inside you. Allow yourself to be yourself. And be alert also. Unknowingly, we might be trying to impose a sort of a belief or sort of a feeling onto who we are. That yes, I am still. Don't impose that idea on yourself. More directly, meet simply and truly who we are right now. If we are a movement, let it be so. And if we are not, let us rejoice in this truth. Don't try to make yourself still. Don't try to convert yourself into stillness. Only live. Am I moving? Am I myself moving? Who is noticing all the movements? Let us leave one more pointer here. Is there any movement inside your body mind, every layer, every dimension of your body mind? Is there any movement that cannot be noticed by you? Be very, very alert right now and notice that is there any movement of my body mind which is not in my view of perception right now? Is it something hidden from my seeing right now? Bring that also into your seeing. One seeing, not like looking at in the detailing of the movements, but whole of the body mind, all of its movements into one view, and I am the seer, I am the perceiver of it. Again, do not try to make yourself still or frozen. You do not need to make yourself anything else than what you are already. You just need to live the truth of who you are. So be very bold about it. Let everything be changeful or moving, slow or fast, as it is moving inside you. Don't try to color it. Don't try to hypnotize yourself that maybe no, this is not moving. Or maybe yes, this is moving. A very, very simple outlook towards our interior, towards our interior, into the body, mind, into the being. A very simple outlook towards it. Not trying to change anything, not trying to change anything, but more relaxed, joyous into who we are, as we are and with everything as it is inside. And now exploring, am I moving? Am I moving? Meaning, allow yourself to include even this experience right now that I feel I am moving. Even this experience that I feel I am moving. Even this experience is a movement only noticed by you. Be very alert right now, very, very present right now here to notice that myself who is the experiencer of it, is it not separate from this experience that I am moving? And a deeper awakening is possible here, right? This very moment, a deeper awakening is possible right now. Do not reject the experience that I am moving or I moved, but don't accept it as it is completely also. Be present and be alert and open about knowing what exactly the experience is that I am moving. And you will be surprised actually. You will be surprised that the very movement at the deepest level of my space of being is including the sense that I am moving. It is part of that deeper experience. Like it is within that experience, that embedded in that experience that I am moving. Not that I actually am moving or not that I moved. But it is so intimate. It is so deeply, deeply, deeply intimate that we naturally get convinced that yes, I am moving. And as we are now able to even experience uh, simply and neutrally the deepest possible experience that I am moving, who we are, who is knowing it. Now let us live ourself, who is noticing it. But in the same simplicity, in the same way. We again do not need to change anything. A simple look, a comfortable look, comfortable look. Who I am, who is noticing all of it. Meaning in the sense that, am I moving or am I not moving? Neither try to believe that I am not moving, nor try to believe that I am moving. Simply live the truth of yourself. Who can notice even the deepest, subtlemost movement within the space of being. Where we have come now. Here you will not really be able to become certain that yes, I am still. But you will become clear about what is stillness and what is movement and who I am. This you will become clear. So let us not pursue the wrong wrong goals. That I'm supposed to be the stillness, it's just that I'm not able to find. No, let us find ourselves and we will understand what is stillness. And we will find that stillness also in a very different way. Just let us find ourselves or live our truth only. And let us live the truth of movement. Stillness is something somewhere in between, which cannot be understood but can be experienced, and like this understood deeply. Because to understand stillness, we have to understand movement. And we have to understand the experiencer, the perceiver of it. Now then now we have a key here, a master key, a fundamental key that we can use any movement within ourselves at any point of time in the day when we are in the mood to explore the truth of who we are. Then our relation with that movement is going to be exactly same with any other movement. We are the perceiver of it. It is what is moving inside us. Know the nature of what is moving and know the nature of who you are, who is seeing, who is perceiving the movement. Sometime one at a time, sometime both at the same time. But the key is very simple now. To understand what is movement and what is stillness, thinking about it will not do, because thinking itself is a movement. Trying to feel also will not do, because feeling itself is a movement. The whole of ourself is required to understand movement and stillness. This whole of ourself is present here right now. Whole of ourself is the space of the being in which movement is happening, the being whose space it is, who is the observer, who is the perceiver of it. So the movement is there, the space of being in which movement is happening is there, and the perceiver of it is also present now. Now you, the perceiver, is exploring in one sense, or wondering within yourself that am I moving? And let myself accept if I am moving. But what if I am not moving? Or what if my nature is different than movement and stillness? My nature is beyond stillness and movement. What if my nature is totally different, radically different? That I can be called I am moving, and I can be called I am still, and yet I am going to be beyond the definition. I am present and absent at the same time from the place where movement is happening, because I am noticing it. So I am present in that very realm of consciousness where movement is happening. But I am not affected by the movement. So in this way I am absent from that level of consciousness. Thank you for joining this. It was very, very beautiful exploration. Thank you, Prachi, for inviting me in this beautiful exploration. And we all very, very beautifully, very deeply lived it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ji. Thank you.
I just want to share some side notes for it, supporting, which are supporting pointings. In this moment, we can understand that what is stability and what is stillness now. Okay, stillness is a natural experience when we are living as ourselves. So stillness is not still. Stillness is not really dependent on being still somewhere on some unshakable background or ground. No, it is rooting ourselves into the changeless being that we are. No? That is what gives us the experience of stillness, no? Or ultimate stability. No? So, in this picture, in this exploration, what we did, we we allowed the movement happening within the space of our being to be lived by us. And the movements are like divided into different layers. One layer being the body. For example, body is one layer. Body means like body is like a space, physical space in which movement happens. This is just one layer. There are subtler layers after that also. The more subtler the layer, the more intimate it feels to us. You know? And the more it is likely that we will get confused that I am moving. You know? And also, the more deeper layer of our own being or individual consciousness, we can come to and notice that, hey, something is moving here, but I am not. Or maybe even we don't notice that I am not moving. We just notice that this is moving. At this level, our experience of who we are, who is actually neither moving nor still, that experience becomes available to us in a way. We are able to experience ourselves. And that is what gives us a sense of stillness or stability during this time and afterward also. You know, this is the key note about it. This is the importance of meditation also, by the way. Meditation does not really change our energies or their state of balance or imbalances. No, fundamentally, no. But it makes us experience ourselves who we are truly beyond stability and stillness. And that actually gives us a sense of stability only, that hey, I'm more stable now, more easily I can meet the ever-changing thoughts and feelings, or even some life scenarios, life situations also. So basically, experiencing ourselves, who we are truly, is the only source of stability ultimately. No? Because let's say at the outer level, one level of consciousness within the space of being, we have acknowledged, like we have become perceiver of body movement, body sensations. And so in this way, at this level, we have experienced ourselves. But a deeper level than that will be able to challenge us or challenge our stability. No? We will feel shaken, like we will feel as if I lost my stability or I lost myself even sometime. No? So we have to experience ourselves all the way up to the level where even the most subtle movement is taking place, and there we know that I am the perceiver of it. Clearly, knowing ourselves separate from it, basically, no, is the way to experience who we are here also. No? Then we will not have stability, so to say. No, we are stability. Then we will not have the stillness. We are the stillness. We are a dancing stillness. But then it cannot be called stillness. Yes, we are neither still nor moving. So let us correct our understanding. We think that I am the still being. No, we are not still being. We are changeless being. And to the changeless being, stillness or movement does not apply. The language does not apply. No. The language of movement and stillness applies to only that which changes or can change. No? Which changes basically. No? Yeah. So knowing who we are is so very different actually. But using the method of meditation, dhyana and satsang, it becomes much simpler. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jean. It's very, very detailing. No, I exploring very, very like small movement. You just explained it
Yes,
so
yes.
nicely. Thank you so much.
I'm very much feeling very happy also when I'm sharing like this with you and every one of you, that we are listening and we are really living this together. Yes, yes.
And one moment I found like this inside our like so vast and so many things happening, and still and we are seeing everything, and we are moving with uh, some miracle or some feeling like wow, what is
Inside ourselves, everything is happening. Everything is inside ourselves only. But we cannot acknowledge it in one sense. We are like, you know, we say that let me sit and observe. No. So sitting and observing is important, is very, very powerful technique. But in this, both of these points should not be missed. Like not missing the observing part, but also not missing the sitting part. Don't move, don't walk within yourself when observing. No? Being still is also equally important. Otherwise, it will be too much to be handled by us. Meaning, it is going to shake the very observer. Shake means shake off. Like it can make the observer feel so shaken. No? That's why unknowingly we have a mechanism of maintaining a stability within the being, that we overlook or we do not look. Even if we try our best to observe what is happening inside us, we try our best to not look at the same time also, so that we can remain stable. So as a simple observer, we cannot notice everything like this. For that, meditation is a must. Coming to the inactive state of being, which is our true state of being, which is our changeless state of being. No? Through meditation, we directly, I mean talking about the just sitting meditation, no? through fundamental meditation, we directly come to the changelessness of our own being. We get to live, but we don't know anything here. Because to know who or what we are, we need a mirror of what is moving inside us in the beginning, like this. Thank you. I shared one practice, simple seeing 3 steps, many years back, many years, long time back, I think. So that 3-step part was very important. One was that first you observe your thoughts, no, or everything that is happening inside you, and without forgetting the importance of I am observing. This I am observing is very important here, because this I am observing will give us a stable ground from where we can observe. So just observing is not enough really. No? And then slowly withdrawing ourselves more and more from what I am observing to sensing who I am, who is observing. Second step. Then the third step was to turn towards the observer who we are and explore and live who we are now. No? So this is why these 2 steps or the last step was also added, to give a actual rootedness to the act of observing. Otherwise, simple act of observing, we can never succeed really. Meaning observation or being aware of our thoughts, we cannot succeed deeply unless we learn to sit in ourselves, meditation. Because we will be shaken by what we will look at, and we will tend to not look at it. No? We will tend to trying to be aware and trying also not to be aware also. This will happen. No? So a conflict, we will get into a conflict now. No? That's why any effort of awareness has to be accompanied with meditation. fundamental meditation. That will give us a groundedness. No? Yes. And that will become a door, also a way, a path into ourself also. Yeah. So alone being aware cannot work like this. Because then it becomes like a play within the being. The more we want to be aware of things, then the more somehow we become interested in watching them or looking at them and being lost also in them many times. So very good. Thank you. Anybody else can also talk. Yes, Uma.
Rajee. Ji, thank you for this very amazing guiding. I was totally with you, and I want to report it about. Uh, can I report?
Yes.
I was doing this guiding with you, and I was feeling like I am not understanding anything, not at all understanding anything, but all the movement was inside me, and you said do things are all the movement as a whole, and you noticing this was clear to me, and I was searching where is the stillness, and I found like it is a white color on which the other colors are happening, and then you brought us more deeper the like, if I can say, for example, it is like transparent background where white is also a color, like stillness of white of, and the white color of stillness was also.
Yes. Very good report, and it encourages me to share that in this analogy, the white color is the sense of stability that we naturally feel when we start living the transparency of our own being, no? Which is not really stability, which is not stillness also. No? So we naturally feel stillness or stability in life in relation to things which are moving inside us and outside, as we start living that transparency, that purity of our own being, which sometimes we call emptiness of our own being also. Now you can understand emptiness part also. Like now you can experientially understand that, so this is what is emptiness of my being. This transparency that you are talking about in this analogy, this is the emptiness of our own being, which has no color, which is not still, which is not moving also. But it gives stillness to the observer of movement. It gives inspiration and energy to that which is moving also. The same source, same source of emptiness is giving strength and inspiration to observe, giving stability to the observer, and giving momentum to that which is moving also, inspiring and giving energy to that also which is moving. You know, so that's how the stillness and movement are somehow something which are happening in the emptiness of the being that we are, and it is through the inspiration of this emptiness of the being only that such a movement and stillness happening. But as you, the being, is living the emptiness of your own being now, even for a moment when we are living the emptiness of our own being, then the movement and the stillness both are kind of not given value in a way, or they are not found to be relevant here now. Relevance of stillness or stability is in relation to living life, moving, doing, observing, experiencing, being aware. No. The relevance of stillness and movement is not in relation to being who we are, which is the pure stillness of being, no? Which is the purity of being, transparency of being, no? Like this. Thank you. I think it's very good analogy and very well understood this. And this. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I will be very interested in, exploring or listening to your report. Any one of you online, if you want to share something about this guiding, or if you want to discuss anything else also.
Ji, Namaste Ji. Ji, I really felt it's like a guiding, because very few times I felt like there's a mind thought is coming and I was going and suddenly a voice says, no, this, not this way, this way. And I suddenly inside, okay, wake suddenly straight instead of losing.
Oh, yes.
Few times happen. It's really, really very nice. And in the end, what you said also very, I felt inside so much heart, in my heart that you said that it's no observing and going with the system, like with the meditation. So it's clear also it's a system. I usually practice out of system, and that's why it's not working. So when it's system...
Oh, yes. In relation to observing, the observer has to be peaceful. The more peaceful the observer, the more pure the observation. No? How the observer will be peaceful? Through meditation, just sitting. No? The observer has to be peaceful, joyful. No? If not exciting and dancing out of joy, but at least not suffering and not confused and not struggling. No? The observer that we are at the level of mind and body without meditating or without coming to the joy of our own being, we are a observer who is suffering, who is observing so that I can become free from suffering. And this very suffering does not let the observer observe purely what it must observe, the movement. So it becomes a bottleneck, it becomes like a catch-22. And it has become a catch-22, it has been proven. So many beings on earth right now trying to observe, trying to be aware of thoughts and feelings and this and that, and it's just not working somehow. It is like breaking them more into more pieces rather than bringing them together into a joyous wholeness. No? That's where meditation is a must, really. Meditation simply means that the observer is not going to give up observing, it is just going to take some time off from observing into just relaxing, just being. And it will find that I can observe much better after that, whatever I want to observe. Yeah. So, thank you. Yes.
So much. This brings so much like clear, like.
In the warm up time, what Dharma was saying, like a middle point where a balance of being and doing. No, we need to come to a balance of being and doing, like neither not doing anything at all in the direction of knowing who we are or being free from suffering, and also not being at all, just doing. No, both are required. That fine balance is required. This fine balance is what is observing also and meditating also. Yeah. We cannot give up observing, by the way. What we call myself, actually essentially is an observer only. We are not living as a being yet. Because as soon as we start living as a being, we can call our heart opened up in a way. No? Heart opened up means the joy is experienced. Whenever we live ourselves as a being, we experience joy. So joy of the being is not something to be achieved, but choosing to live as the being sometime is to be chosen in a way. We have to go for it. That is called meditation. The being state. No? Just being. But a thought is going on. I think it's a good chance I can know something very powerful today. But no, choosing to just be. What is not doing anything? Meaning putting aside the habitual or the like impulse of observing. From the impulsive observation, we cannot become free from mind. Only from a joyous, stable observation we can become free from mind. And the meditation provides that environment. We are already observer. We cannot give it up. It's just a matter of how to convert it into a joyous environment, joyous state. No? Meditation does that. Like it is like a water, and the observation is like a fire, too much fiery. When it is too fiery, when the whole house is on fire, we cannot be really a good observer, especially when our old magazines are burning down into that, our own beautiful clothes, which we got from H&M and whatnot. No? You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh my God, here goes my favorite shirt, like this. Do you think really you can be an observer that time? A neutral observer? So as long as we have a relation with what we are observing, our observing cannot be pure. There's only one way to drop out of all the relations with what we are observing within ourselves, that is dropping into our own being, meditation, into the inactivity, into the existence, which is neither moving nor still. This is the being that we are. No? Our existence is neither moving nor still. We are observing without moving. We are experiencing without moving. We are being without moving. It is not a small miracle who we are. It is the biggest miracle of existence, who we are. It's just that we have to come and live who we are. In Dhyan and Satsang, we are able to live who we are. And all the mysteries are solved now, in one sense. Not solved, but all the mysteries start opening up in front of us. But once we know who we are, we don't really know what is a thought. We just become free from the belief that I know what is a thought. Now we first time look at a thought, what exactly a thought is. What exactly a body, a movement of energy is within myself. First time we actually experience what body is. And then obviously we are going to know it slowly, no? As it actually is. This is one of the most surprising things. We talk so much about thoughts. We never think that, do I really know what thought is? We talk so much about feelings inside ourselves. Do we really know what a feeling is? That is what we also got to live today during this guiding. What exactly a feeling is. If we can see the feeling as it is, we have become free from it. If we can see the thought as it is, we have become free from it. We don't have to believe that I am free from thoughts. Thank you. Very nice talking to you. Thank you. Mahima, you want to talk?
Ji, namaste. Believers, guiding is very beautiful. I feel very still and completely every words I am listening. But I have one question. I feel I am in sleep also. But same time, I just want to share you every words I listening, and sometime I feel I going in thought. I aware about it. I aware about my body because I feel little cold. So everything I aware, but still I feel I am in getting sleep in between. So can you clear, please?
Yes. It's a little bit of a difficult thing to explain in short. So I will have to cover a little bit background for it. Okay. So listen to that background, and then it will be possible, I feel, for us to explore and know that what is this sleep that happened or happens in meditation. No? What we are calling ourself, Mahima, okay? What we are calling ourselves right now is actually a very less self-conscious state of our being, okay? We might be very conscious of many things, but we are very less conscious of who we are. No? Meaning the self-consciousness is very less. Let's say when you are sitting right now, no? You could be very aware of your physical body and its sensations in great details, very, very fine details even, no? But in relation to the knowing of your body sensations and detailing, you are not most probably that much aware of yourself also in the same go. Like who I am part is not clear when we are aware of the body or the thoughts or the feelings like this. So in this way, our self awareness or self knowing is very less, which is mostly sufficient for living the day, waking state, no? More or less, no? When somebody says that, hey, sign here, and if something goes wrong, you have to pay 500,000, like 5 lakh. Oh, then we wake up in some way, like we become more present there, you know? Like, so, wait, because it's like 10-page agreement, let me read it, no? Before that, we are like, okay, sign here, okay, take the SIM card, insert the SIM card, right here, send a message, it's all fine, So we are very less present here. This time we suddenly kind of wake up in a way, isn't it? So it is sufficient to live the day, but our self-consciousness is not sufficient that it will survive, for example, even in the whole day exactly same. It is also very varying, changing. The degree of self-consciousness is changing continuously in the whole day or in the waking state also. And of course, it does not survive in the dream or sleep state. Okay. So now what happened in this? Now let us come. So this was the background really necessary. Now let us come to that. I was listening to every word that during the guiding you reported, no? And I was really listening, but somehow also as if I was sleeping also every now and then. So this I was sleeping part is where you are not really sleeping, you are just reporting that you are sleeping because you have shifted from that state of waking state into the deep sleep state in a way during that time where you feel I am sleeping. No, you are not. You are not at all sleeping that time. You are actually in your true state of being. You were in your true state of being that time, into your pure state of being that time. But the mind faculty or what I call wisdom of the being is not refined yet, and it is reporting that I was as if I was sleeping. You were sleeping as much as not to notice anything of the body, mind, and the surroundings of the body. But you were not really sleeping like not there and not conscious of anything. So there is a great difference between sleep and meditation. No? It has to be noticed by us like this. Thank you. I think it will be more clear now.
Jay, it is very good to clear this, and I am very clear because otherwise I thought I am sleeping, I am not doing good. So it is very good. Thank you so much.
No, you are not at all sleeping actually that time. It just feels like that. And if we can kind of not believe that feeling that I am sleeping, something so powerful can be revealed there in that pure state of our own being. In that pure state of our own being, in one sense, the word that we experience in the waking state is not there. The word that we experience in the dream state is also not there that time. When the word is not there, then we are also not the observer of that word, that time. Then the relation of observer and observed is not there anymore. And we do not know ourselves beyond being an observer or beyond having a relation with what we are observing. Here we will get to know first time who we are beyond being an observer, beyond the relation of observer and observed. No? That is the pure state of being, the empty state, pure state of being means empty state of being, where we are not even an observer. And there is nothing to be observed. And there is no need to be observed, observe anything, and we are not observing, obviously, also. So the state where we observe will be noticed by us slowly. That what is observed and who observes has to be resolved in some way. Like how they are separate from each other. Where is the observer and where is the observed? We have to resolve that also at some point, and we will find it clearly. We will understand clearly that they are actually two ends of the same thing. They are not two things really. What is being observed and who is observing are two ends of the same thing. Like the thinker and the thoughts that are being thought about. They are two ends of the same thing. They are two parts of the same process in a way. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Deepa, you want to talk?
Yes, thank you so much for inviting me over here. I feel blessed. I've been listening to you since a few weeks now. My question is that how to be in that empty state all the time? You know, just be an observer, but not carry those observations with you directly or indirectly.
Yeah, this part I did not understand. That the first part I understood that how to be in that empty space of my being all the time. This I understood, and after that I did not understand.
So, if you are an observer, you're observing certain things around you, and there are certain things which indirectly you carry forward with you as an energy. And then later on, when you sit with yourself, you contemplate, and then you realize certain things about you which are not part of you, but you are doing it. How to negate all of it and just be you all the time?
For that, there are two things. One is like, let us first of all stop absorbing that which we will carry later on, and we will have to clean it. No, so first stop. Let us first stop that absorption. No, so let us do something about it. And second thing is, let us start a cleaning process, self-cleaning process. No? Not so much like when we notice that, oh, I'm carrying something wrong. No, like a daily routine, like what I call a healthy program, a program rooted in the well-being, where we just don't really pick things that, okay, I have to clean this or not, but more of a holistic program where we just keep bringing ourselves as a whole to a more healthier state of being, naturally. So this part, I think you understand what I call holistic health. The second part, how to stop observing, is in Hindi we have a word, Samyak. No, Samyak. Samyak hosh. You know, Samyak means appropriate. Hosh means awareness. So when we absorb something from life into our being, which we feel I should have not, and which we have to be free from or we have to clean up later on, is a result of absence of samyak hosh, not having appropriate awareness in that time. Appropriate awareness can be discussed, samyak hosh. No? Meaning, when the observer is divided towards what it is aware of, what it is observing, that time this is what happens. That unknowingly, but knowingly, obviously, we see something. Unknowingly, we collect those things or bring home those things which we later on realize that I should have not brought them home, or should have not absorbed them into my being, and I'm feeling now heavy now. So the key here is to be more holistic in a way, undivided in a way, towards anything important. Like let life flow, like like we are observing life, like okay, it's fine. But more observing life to see, not to absorb. No, let us be very clear about, like this is one way we can be clear about absorbing and observing. Mostly we are absorbing what we are observing, meaning because of, since our childhood we are like this. As a child we were absorbing everything that we were observing around us. We will have to change this now more and more, like very selective about absorbing but very open about observing. So this change when happens, we are going to become a master more and more of able to see everything, but very safe and pure in our space of being, and selective about it. What I want to let go inside me and what I don't. So this is what I feel is the thing. This is more of an understanding which has to be practiced slowly by you. That hey, I'm being casual about something when I'm looking at it. The moment casual basically means divided in some way. Either look at something or don't look at something. And be clear about why we are looking at something. Why we are noticing something. So this clarity that why I'm noticing something is that Samyak hosh. It results in undividedness of the observer more and more. Undivided observer basically is a one-way observer. Nothing goes inside the observer. It can if it wants, but nothing without its permission can go inside it. Like this.
So how to be one? Like how to reach there?
One way is understand this, what I shared, and practice this understanding. Remember this understanding in daily life, and try to find yourself somewhere that am I being a undivided observer right now, or am I a divided casual observer, like habitual observer? This habitual observer is the opposite of undivided observer, a stable observer. What I call stability and clarity is exactly the same thing what we are talking right now. Be more stable observer, and you will be more clear about not only what you are observing, but also what you should absorb or not. Like we are having many uncertainties about absorbing life. Like maybe it will be useful, and in the name of, hey, I'm taking something nice home, we are mostly taking responsibilities and liabilities home, and sometimes even sickness. Sense of sickness, sense of imbalance, So remember this, as much as you can. Like find some way to write on paper, on phone, or somewhere, and remind yourself right now. Like few times a day only will be very powerful. Few times means like 1 minute or few seconds, and then after 1 hour, 2 hour again. Oh, am I? Because I can sense that you agree to what I'm sharing. Like you understand that yes, it is true. I don't want to be a casual observer. So that's why it is going to work for you. So this is one thing. Second thing is meditation. Just what I call fundamental meditation. Fundamental meditation is actually a way of withdrawing ourselves from the active observing, first of all. So we stop actively observing anything outside of our body, mind. Then secondly, we withdraw ourselves from what we have absorbed also, which is rotating inside us also, in the form of thoughts, feelings, and states. We withdraw ourselves from that also. Like I'm going to deal with it later on. This is not a cleaning time right now. I want to go deeper than that. Deeper than that is the pure space of being, state of being, which has never got polluted, even by what has been absorbed by us. So tasting that purity of our own being will not only encourage us to clean up this mess, to not absorb unconsciously, it will also make us much more stable, naturally stable observer. Like this. So, and we will naturally start feeling like, like by living the purity of our own being, our wisdom wakes up somehow, which is not a specific wisdom for a specific situation of life. It's a general wisdom of the being which plays as and when necessary. Like you feel like it kind of makes sense. I have to note the phone number of this guy or uh, nameplate of a car or something. No, it is important. Or because sometimes we can be kind of too, so to say, spiritual about it. I don't need to, notice this. No, it is important. Like you will know. No, it is important. Or some other time, hey, why I'm noticing that, like that emotional part of this life situation. I just want to be non-emotional observer of it right now. And it will be noticed by you also. By meditation, our wisdom wakes up more and more. Because what we are observing is, in one sense, sort of a emotional content, either produced by us through observing, in that instance, or sometime from others also. Because we like, I like your emotion, let me have it also, like a replica of it. No? We cannot obviously take things from others, but we can create a replica of it within ourselves. Our being is so capable. Now we have two emotions, similar emotions in two beings now. I think it will clear now.
Yes, it makes more sense. Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's good. Actually, I have also done meditation, just sitting meditation. I have myself done, and I found it like this: that I was observing, like used to observe you. I was, vipassana meditation, and in general awareness also, watching thoughts and awareness of the body and every movement, and all that awareness for quite some time I practiced, and then I found that hey, meditation is very powerful because it kind of makes me free from that effort, that restlessness continuously, just for some time. And also it is very rewarding afterward. Afterward, every time you open your eyes, you would find the life to be little more cleaner, little more clearer, little more calm, kind of resolved in a way. But if you want to live in that calmness, in that clarity towards life all the time, then maintain a balance of how much to meditate and how much to mess with life. Mess with ourselves, no? We are messing with ourselves, no? So this is the balance that we can achieve. When that balance is achieved, then what we absorb will not be able to mess with our harmony within ourselves. Our harmony will be able to clean it up without our conscious effort towards it. No? That is what I call holistic health. A harmony within ourselves, which is able to take care of not only if something got absorbed incorrectly or by mistake, but also taking care that what to absorb and what to not. Our own harmony becomes our wisdom also. In the similar way, like when you eat something, you will notice that I don't feel this will go well with my belly, or like my body does not like it. In the similar way, everything else also we are able to notice. That hey, my mind will not like this kind of thing. I don't want to watch this news channel or YouTube or anything particular video or something. Like we become like this wise more. Thank you. I think it's good then.
Thank you, Ji.
It would be nice to, if anybody else want to talk. This is a very good type of conversation. Simple and practical. Like I feel we can find solution for this kind of fundamental confusions or challenges. Very simply, like right this moment we can talk about them and something can be understood very deeply and it can bring change in our life. No? Because we have to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. Why we have to do it? Because we are messing with our life. So first of all, we have to stop messing with our life. This is what we have to do. Stop messing with life. Stop collecting garbage. No? You start cleaning the house also, but stop collecting the garbage also. No? I'm using this language which we heard from Osho actually, that just doing the active meditations in the Osho's background is not enough. You have to be a still observer also, so that you stop absorbing the garbage also. No? Otherwise, you will keep cleaning and you will keep collecting the more garbage also. That's not going to take us anywhere. You know. Yes, Deva.
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
In reference to the guiding that just happened, there was one instance where we were coming towards the end of the guiding, and I came to a point where I could notice the space of, or I could notice the lack of movement, like there was no movement of thought or feeling. But then there was instant, out of habit, or there was an instance where I realized, where it got noticed that this is the end of the guidance, and I observed that there was some movement as the guiding ended. That okay, now it's the end of the guidance, and I was trying to see who, in a way, there was an attempt to stay in that space of being, or where we went with the guidance, but I wasn't able to. I was noticing that there was this movement and I couldn't separate the two. Like there was no distance between the movement and the observer, like the noticing. It felt it's the one thing. So my question is, does this come in line with lack of self-consciousness? Or how does one... because most often what happens is, in day-to-day living, one gets pulled into the... I found myself being pulled into what is happening, or whatever is the activity that's rising into the... After meditation or sitting quietly, some slight movement happens and you get pulled into it. And it feels as if it is one. So is there a way... I really need to understand that... is this lack of self-consciousness, or we lose it? Or what happens over here, Rajee?
In one sense, yes. But you are saying that it is a less self-consciousness here. No? So what is self-consciousness in this case? Is that the level where this movement is happening and it looks like one with you, the observer of it. Here at this level, you have not known yourself separate from it or different from it yet. So at this level, self-consciousness has not happened. Self-consciousness has happened at outer levels or subtler, outer levels of it. No? At this subtler level of consciousness, the self-consciousness in the observer of it has not happened yet. So yes. Yeah.
So Rajee, is it possible? How does one get to become more self-conscious? Because I feel that's where the dilemma is for me, which I have been trying to which I've been trying to figure out for a while.
Actually, this guiding itself is capable, which I shared, no? Because in that guiding, I also pointed out that even there could be a feeling that I am moving. This is where you can focus on. That there's a feeling that I am moving. And even this is actually a experience being observed by you, the observer of it, who is not moving really. So this has to be realized by you here, which will result in self-consciousness at this level, no? Self-awareness at this level. That body moves, it is fine. I know, I am observing it. Not that I am moving with it. Thoughts move, it's fine. Feelings move, it is fine. But at this level, somehow, either I am still or I am moving now, So at this level of movement, which is very subtle and kind of holistic in a way, it doesn't have like ingredients like thoughts, feelings, or divisions within them. It is more like a holistic, like one energy moves. It is not easy for me to notice that, hey, I'm separate from it. That is why I pointed out during the guiding also. That when you feel I am moving, even that time, be alert and notice. One thing I feel can also help. Let us try to refine our understanding of self-consciousness also. Little bit, no? Let us try to refine our understanding of self-consciousness. Like what is self-consciousness? What is self-knowing? What is self-knowing in this case, no? Like the more refined it is, the better. Because what is happening generally, when we say that this, I am knowing myself separate from what I am observing. In this knowing, there is a lot of space taken by what we are observing and a lot of value given to what we are observing and very little value given to who is observing it. In this report I am talking. No? And that can change if we change our attitude. That it is kind of less important what is the detailing of what I am observing. It is more important that what is the detailing or what is the nature of myself who is observing it. So this is what, in fundamental sense, this is what is turning towards ourself. Turning towards ourself basically is a change of value. It is not really change of attention. Because attention cannot work in the direction of who we are, who is the ultimate observer of everything. Attention plays within the observer and observed only, no? That which is beyond observer and observed, who we are, the being, attention cannot enter here, but it is the change of value, that we value observer, being the observer of what we are observing more than what we are observing. So that is also, I feel. What do you feel? Are you able to connect to it?
Rajee, till the point of just now what you mentioned, I did come till that point where you said it's beyond, like attention is that thing which is when you are looking at something and there is this relationship between what you're looking at and who is looking at it. Like, so there is a relationship going on over there, and it means interest, and there are this observer and the observer. And when you talk about moving, turning your face inwards, it has got nothing to do with the two, like the observer and what it is looking at. So, as I heard it is that it's like your simple seeing. I practiced it in the beginning, and where you say that you start exploring, like you give up the what you're looking at and you start exploring it, who is looking at it. So
Yes.
the nature of the one who is
Yes.
observing.
Like
so in this
you
place,
can say there is a relative observer Relative observer means related to what is being observed. So there is a relative observer and there is an absolute observer, or there is a absolute awareness. So at the core, the absolute awareness or the observer is not in relation to when something is there to be observed or not. It is just aware even when there is nothing there to be observed. No? Let's say just sitting and doing nothing, fundamental meditation. What remains here is absolute awareness or absolute beingness, that we are no being, which is beyond the relative observer or what is observed by the relative observer. And we are not able to stay in this just sitting, because also we are supposed to not to do anything. And what we do, we observe. Meaning we not observe in the sense that look at things, but by observing things, we retain a position of a relative observer. Continuously we are living as an entity who is observing and who is correcting its knowledge about what it is observing, who is taking understanding from what it is observing and trying to understand, so that central mind of the individual observer is surviving on what it is observing. And that's why, and when we are identified with that individual relative observer, we are not able to not do anything and just sit in the being. However, we are the being in which the individual observer is happening, and which it is observing the movement which are happening within our space of being only. So just sitting meditation, when understood well, can make us free from not only a lot of confusions, but also a lot of struggles in which what we experience when we are trying to stay as ourselves, as the true self that we are.
Rajee, now it's clear. I feel that little bit of a relative observer has cleared the little misunderstanding of what was going on.
Yes.
So now it's clear.
No, it's very, very good. It's not that we should not be the relative observer. We don't have this kind of option. As long as we are living in the body, we are going to be a relative observer. That's what we are when we live in the body, in the day, like this. It is about mastery. It is about freedom from bondage to this relative observer, the individual self. So through meditation, through dhyan, and also through satsang, we are trying to be free from the bondage to this individual observer. This is what is identification with the mind. Mind is this observer as a whole. We can plug into it when we want to. Meaning, ideally it should be like this, that when I want to, hey, it's time to take care of my body, okay. It's time, find out where the food and everything. So we plug into that individual observer and we do what is necessary. But we should be able to plug out of it also. That is just sitting meditation and doing nothing. Doing nothing is the most essential, like it is the only one essential condition for meditation or for being in the being state. That we are not doing anything at all. Because the being that we are does not need to do anything to be who we are. And we need to get involved or hooked or plugged into the individual doer, individual thinker, individual observer for everything, for doing, for observing, like this. So we are that pure being, which also has an option in the body, when we are living in the body, to get plugged into the individual observer for daily life and everything. So that difference will once become clear, that I have two options: inactive or state of being state, and another is that mixed state where I get myself, I plug into the sense of thinker or observer and doer, which is the one thing, individual. Basically, it's an individual consciousness. Thank you. I think it's clear now.
Thank you, Rajee.
Thank you. Preeti, you wrote, thank you for beautiful guidance. Explaining 3 steps, simple seeing, and today's uh, minute sharing on questions answer. Leaving early, but want to say I feel blessed to have this support. Grateful. Ha. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I don't. I clearly feel that all the being that you are right now, I meet generally, are very sincere beings. Like they are putting their really sincere effort and trying their best, but somehow missing the very small details of it. Once those dots can be connected, their effort will bring such reward and such blessedness in their life, no? And I'm trying my best. That is what is clarity part in a way, connecting the dots. Yeah. Like somebody is trying their best to use the this floor vacuum cleaner, no, this round ones, no, robot vacuum cleaner, where they are not charged, so its battery is down, and they are so confused that all the function must work well, and they are not just working. And if they can just leave it for some time, charge it, and something will change so drastically, they will be like, oh my God, yeah, it's true. The manual says that these are the options and features, and I can schedule, and it kind of knows itself. It has sensors and everything. Like just like there is somebody, like as if somebody is there inside and looking around, and it should not hit my furniture and my pet and anything and everything. No. However, there is nobody there. It's just a mechanism which needs power. The moment you gave power, it started working. So that kind of when we are able to come to the clarity about things, magic happens in our life. Until then, we just struggling a lot. Thank you. I think it's good. Oh. Uh, uh, Karuna, you want to talk?
Hello, Rajee.
Hello, Karuna.
Um, After your guiding, I feel sort of stability. I'm not sure if this stability is the undivided observer or not. I'm kind of trying to understand this, if it is so. But in this undivided observer, I still see movements. And maybe the biggest movement is something trying to kind of actively observe, like a relative observer, maybe. This is what you were talking.
Yes.
Kind of something trying to be in charge of the observation, but still kind of something broader is happening, which gives me this feeling of stability, and even this I can let go, sort of, because this stability is able to swallow everything. So it's a nice thing, this stability. I don't know if it is this undividedness or kind of I feel I'm opening up towards this.
Yeah. It's very good actually, and it is real thing. It's just that you need little more of it. Like we need to drink our own truth. We need to, live our own being to completely become free from the effect of the addiction in which we have been living for a long time, or the dream in which we have been living for a long time. So this is the real thing, but we need more of it, in a way. One very beautiful analogy that can be understood more deeply now, because there are many Osho, like people from the Osho background also there. The first thing about in this book, fundamental book of meditations, meditation, first and last freedom. The first thing, the preface kind of thing was that the witness is the soul of meditation. Then he explains that, hey, there is a tree, a bird is sitting on a tree, and you are there watching the bird. So there are three things here. One is the bird being watched, another is you watching the bird. Third is the act of watching. But mostly we don't notice that there is a fourth also here, who is watching the whole thing in one go, the absolute observer. So the witness basically is that absolute observer, without any conditions, without any interest, or without any involvement. Like it doesn't have to take anything from what it is looking at. As a whole, in one go, it is able to observe the observer, relative observer of the bird, the act of observing, and the bird at the same time. So this is what he meant by witness. And within ourselves, there is a witness also. Within ourselves, there is a relative observer also. Who we identify ourselves with is going to decide how will be our life experience. Meaning, if we can identify ourselves with, meaning if we can find out that I am that absolute observer also, then we can very happily be the relative observer. But we will be the absolute observer of being relative observer also without effort. This is the point. We don't have to make effort that I have to be aware of being the observer. No. We are naturally aware of being the relative observer of things when we have reached to the witnessing position. Witnessing position works independent of all of the effort of awareness or observing. Basically, it is effortless being, observing the whole thing, called myself, my thoughts, my feeling, my acts, my doing, its results and everything. In the meditation, in the just sitting meditation, we come to that common ground of silence, peace, joy, where the absolute observer and the relative observer meet in a way. Like they have a link in a way. No? They are connected in a way. And this is where we have a possibility of slipping out of the deepest level of relative observer into the only one level of absolute observer. Absolute observer does not have different levels. No? It has just one level. It doesn't have depth into itself. So we cannot go deeper into the absolute observer, no? The witness. So this can also be, I think, used as a reference for understanding that aha, or the understanding of in different actually disciplines it is described differently, but fundamentally this is the thing, this is the whole thing. I am, I am without touching anything is the pure or absolute observer. I am plus something becomes now the relative observer. So it is the being, it is the absolute observer that we are, who is choosing to remain attached to something, that the relative observer is born and it lives inside the absolute observer. If you, the absolute observer, chooses to only stay as yourself, then your report will be that I only am. Are you observing? I cannot be certain about it because I'm kind of focusing on living my own existence. So my report is only I am. Like certain report I can give only is one, that I am. This what is I am, this is the absolute being. But living in the cloth of the relative observer. No? The individual consciousness is that cloth. Individual self, no? Individual self is that cloth, which is made of five layers, no? Of the different kosh of the body mind. But who is living in this individual consciousness, no? It's not a miracle only, it is a mystery also, which cannot be solved, but can be lived by itself, by you. So nobody can know what is this I am. You can, because you are it. I can, because I am it, no? Like this. Allow yourself to stay in your existence, not in your activity. Observing is your activity in relation to what is being observed. Witnessing, however, is not your activity. It is effortless awareness. Witnessing is effortless awareness, where we are just rejoicing in the bliss of our own existence. And hey, we have additional feature called chit or consciousness. Not only bliss, not only truth, not only sat and anand, but also chit. I am conscious also of everything, but without effort. Without effort means also without preferences, that what I want to see and what I don't want to. A free observer, a absolute observer does not have any preferences towards what it is observing. Where we tried to reach also today during this guiding, up to some degree. No? But through observation, it is a very, very difficult path of trying to be the absolute observer while actually living as a relative observer. It's a very, very super difficult activity, sadhana. No? That's where the meditation, dhyan and satsang, to cross it over. We can cross over in dhyan. And once we cross over, we feel that joy, that ease of being. We kind of get hooked into it, like I like it, we develop taste for it. Then more consciously this time we can go. But okay, let me see. Do I really need to observe anything? Because this is my question to all of you. What is the need to observe anything? In relation to who we are. This is my simple question. Do you need to be aware of anything in relation to who you are? If you need to, look deeply. Why? What is the need? We need to be aware of as much word as we can in relation to maintaining our body and social entity. No, let's be the more aware we are, the better, so that we can make better decisions in relation to other people. No, but in relation to who we are, who is living in this body, do we need to be aware of anything? Actually, we don't need to be even aware of ourselves, because we don't need to be aware of ourselves to be ourselves. The day is like a the waking state is like a waking state, and dream state is like a screen on which the movie of myself and my life is happening. We are identified with this thing called myself, the individual self. In the night time, the light turns off. In the deep sleep, there is no movie going on. When there is no movie going on, that time we are not able to notice who I am, or we are not able to notice that I am. So in that case, we need to notice that I am when the movie is going on, which is essentially going to make us detached from what we are identified with, called myself, who is living in the waking state. No? A detachment will happen from what we think I am to what I am really, no? In the waking state. And that detachment is so naturally possible in fundamental meditation. Thank you. Very, very nice talking to you. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else, please? You can talk. Yeah.
Gee, when you said that we don't need to be the observer, then I felt so happy that no need to be the observer. But somehow I also feel that when you see our life is like the movie, but now I just like feeling to see my life is like watching a movie with the joy.
Yeah. It's nice, no?
And also, now the
I mean,
joy.
no statement can be taken absolutely. But when I said no need to observe anything, it is in relation to who we are. We don't need to be aware of anything in order to be who we are. No. Generally speaking, the more we are aware of things, the less we have a chance to just feel that I am. No? The more we are free from being aware of things, and plus we have interest in experiencing our existence, the more easier and possible it is. No? So it's not that we don't need to be aware of anything. No, we need to be very much aware of the movie if we are interested in watching it. But we should not be too aware also, otherwise it will spoil it will expose that it is a movie only. No? So we have to have a very right right temperature or degree of awareness towards enjoying the movie as the reality. No? You know what I mean? Otherwise it will look like, oh, you will be able to see the background, no? the screen. No? And the moment we see the screen of the movie is over for us, no? Because it's no longer going to be, like we cannot unsee it now, generally speaking, at least not in that moment, in that day. No? Now, movie is over for us, now it's just a movie. Do you see what I mean? So, in that way, yes. So, if you want to enjoy the movie as a reality, and also you want to enjoy yourself as yourself, it's going to be a very, very difficult thing. Because then we are asking about two extreme things in a way, which when mixed into one, it will really, both the ends will try to pull us on their side. No? Because the less self-aware we are, the less self-conscious we are, the more real the movie is. The more self-conscious we are, the less real the movie is. When we are fully self-conscious, Actually, there is no movie going on even anywhere. Or it's not your movie anymore. It's a movement, not a movie. Movie is a projection onto a movement, which is holistic and universal in nature. Universally, movement is taking place in front of the universal observer, the witness. No? Neither there is a individual observer, nor there is an individual movie going on. No? So, we have to find a very fine mix of these two things. I hope we are talking about the same thing. Yeah.
I feel like actually like just sitting and the movie here.
This I understand. Then this is something very nice. Without forgetting yourself, enjoy the movie. No? Without forgetting that I am on a chair, not into the movie. No? This is very good ground, good stable ground. No? Without forgetting that I am on the chair watching the movie. We can enjoy the movie as much as we want. But the moment we forget that I am on this chair watching the movie, then the movie will become more something other than what it really is. So we will not be living the movie that time the way it is. We will be living our imagination of it in a way, which is the result of our forgetfulness towards who we are. No? So our lack of self-consciousness will add something to what we are observing. Neither it is there in what we are observing, nor it is there in who we are truly, in between. So the result of forgetting who we are has created a whole thing that we are experiencing in life, which is not existing anywhere really.
And gee, now I feel that from just sitting and watching the movie, but that is the joy, the link right here.
Joy is something most fundamental for me, most real. Let us talk a lot about observing and awareness and this and that. Is there any joy there? If not, that all is just mental observations. No? Merely it is mental observation of the individual observer, relative observer only. No? A real observation only can happen from the place of joy of the being. No? Because only the observer who is joyful can really see things as they are. No? As long as the observer needs something from the observed to be joyful, it is never going to be, neutral towards it. No? Isn't it? So this joy is something very valuable. Then watching this movie will not be limited to watching movie called My Life only. Very soon it will open, this observation will open up to watching the movie called Life itself. Yeah? Yes. And the nature of life, movie, and everything will be revealed in front of this or inside this joyful being that you are. Because in the joyful state of being, we don't add anything to what we are observing. We don't project. Isn't it? Like as if rain happened and all the fog and the pollution fallen away. As if, things are very clean. Not only our eyes, but also the view, very clean and simple. So joy is most fundamental. Awareness is very good, but don't forget the joy part. But if we can hold on to the joy part, sorry. If we can hold on to the joy part, the awareness part will naturally come. Even a child is aware naturally. Other natural nature, no, animals and all, they are naturally aware as much as necessary to be aware. Awareness is not some kind of power that we should use to become more strong, like Superman or something, no, which we are using mostly in the ego.
And not too long before you say, even the joy in the body, the joy in the mind, it also feel like happening. So that's why I feel so much connected, like.
Yeah, yes. The joy is of our own existence. Joy is of our own existence. And when we are living our own existence while living the body, mind, we will feel that joy. Yes. So this is very good. And for me, joy is the real deal, but not the joy which comes and goes, but that joy which remains. No? Thank you. Thank you. It's very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Knowing who we are, coming to the bliss and truth of who we are, was never so difficult as it has become in this time. Because of defining it in so many complicated ways, even the absolutely uneducated beings, no? Villagers like this, they discovered this simple truth. But by knowing too much in our mind, it has become so difficult for us. You know? Because we are what we are trying to know. So the way of knowing who we are cannot be the way we are knowing everything else. No? That's where the meditation, not observation. Observation is the method we are using to know everything that we are not. How then observation or awareness can be used for knowing who we are? Generally speaking. No? That's where the self-inquiry comes in. Like who I am, who is aware of everything. You know? Either self-inquiry or meditation. That, hey, I will give up the effort of focusing on what I am observing. Act of observing or being the observer of it collectively, who is maintaining the images and what I observed and what I should observe now. Like an accountant. Accountant observer is the relative observer versus the free observer, like a free look, not registering anything. You know, just a free look. Like, thank you. I think this is good. It's good. We should observe only for some need. No, what is the need to observe something? It is as if it has become our habit, or it has become the fuel to maintain the individual self, to continue observing everything. Like Osho was mentioning one day that we are into a habit that we are walking on the street and we keep reading the boards of every shop and every office. Why? We are absorbing by observing continuously. Like this, we are giving more fuel to that false self. False self is a collection, in one sense, is made of that what we have absorbed. If we can become free from the content which is happening inside us, we are free from that false self which never existed. Which never existed. We are this true self. We have always been this true self. Always, always, always. Just be free from the content which is inside. Content plus the content within, which has been absorbed, plus the true self, is living as the false self. Plus means when the true self is not knowing itself as the true self. Otherwise there is no plus, by the way. The sky plus what is happening in the sky can never be put in one statement. Sky and what is happening in the sky. Not sky plus. There is no plus. no, in that way. So let us know clearly everything that we are experiencing is happening inside us. And it is there inside us. Let us rearrange it as much as we want. Balancing our energies is that rearrangement. As much as we want, make it as beautiful as you want. It is your own interior, no? Let us make it as beautiful as we want it to be. But still let us know that it is inside me. But it is not myself. Let us not fall in love with the interior so much that we forget that it is inside us, no? Yeah. So essentially forgetting who we are is the root of everything in a way. But it's just about where to begin. So we are finding ourselves here right now. Where to end is always very simple. Let us end in truth as it is. Truth as it is. Where there is no effort to color anything, to change anything, to whether it is observer, whether it is observed, whether it is relative, whether it is absolute. No need to do any effort here. Let's know simply everything as it is. Right now we are maintaining many knowledge in order to spiritually grow also, which sometimes some of it is useful and a lot of it is not. But in truth, there is no maintenance. We are already and always what we are. And we are not what we are not. What effort is required in relation to who we are now? I think it's very good. Thank you. I think one more I can talk and then we end this meeting now. I just have a question from all of us, all of you, that in this analogy of relative observer and absolute observer, in this analogy of seer and witness, witness being the absolute observer, seer being the um, observer with interest or relative. No? In this, is there a relative observer when you, the absolute observer, is not interested in seeing anything? Is there a relative observer when you, the absolute observer, is not interested in observing anything? Is there a seer when you, the witness, is not interested in seeing anything through the eyes of the seer? Is there a seer inside you when you, the witness, the effortless awareness or effortless being, is not interested in seeing anything through the eyes of the seer or of the relative observer? Does it exist there at that time? This is my question to all of you. In the end, this is my question to all of you. It's an important question because we are living under the impression that some observer goes on inside me, some observing goes on inside me. No, it is not true. There can be a process of observing going on, but there is nobody attending it when you are not interested. You know? Just sitting meditation is the time when we are not interested in attending the result of any observation done by the relative observer. No? So effectively there is no observer. Really, there is only one observer. There are not two really. There is an activity of observing and the one who attends it, the witness, who is not doing anything. You know, what a miracle it is, and in one sense what a divine joke it is. No? The one who is not doing anything is the real doer, and the one who is doing everything, there is nobody there in it as a doer. It is a doing force only. The relative observer is only a doing force. No? The being is that witness which never does anything or not interested in observing anything with interest in a way. Yeah. How amazing is this simple truth? One very beautiful thing that we can probably live right now in different ways. Different beings have said that we need a light of awareness to see anything or to experience anything. In one sense, yes, it is true. But what is this light of awareness? It is the interest of the absolute observer. When the absolute observer is not interested in seeing anything, then is there a light of awareness that time? No. Then that time there is no light of awareness. Then there is only self-awareness. And there is only self also that time. There is nothing there to be seen also. There is nothing there to be observed. There is no word that time. There is no manifestation that time. There is only absolute self that time. When the witness is not interested in seeing anything, there is no light of awareness that time also. There is only self-awareness of the self in which only self exists, nothing else. No word, no manifestation, no time. There is no time in it. Time and everything starts when the absolute observer gets interested in seeing. Then comes the light of awareness first. And then comes that which we can be or we become aware of also, the manifested, the observed. From the same source from where the light of awareness comes. That source is emptiness of the being. The shunya, shunya, you understand? Shunya, zero or void, the divine void, like this. I just had this feeling to share this truth with all of you, because I have a clear feeling that some of you are in such pure state of being that we can actually live this most direct and simple truth of life. So very, very nice, beloved. It was amazing to meet all of you. Thank you for joining today. Thank you.